we're going to be looking at the creative process for carving or doing a wax carving. So the first thing you want to do is you want to start off with that 2-point perspective sketch. Start off with the corner of your wax block, 2 vanishing points. Just sort of rough in where your shape's going to be. So what I've done is I've just started off with a rectangular prism. I'm now putting in the eyebrows. Okay, make sure those eyebrows are going to your vanishing points. From there, I'm going to get the bottom of my nose, which is going to be just below what would be the horizon line in a typical, but sort of the middle of the face. I'm now I'm sort of outlining where the bottom of the mustache is going to be, giving me that top lip. Throw in the bottom lip along with just some straight lines, which is going to represent the beard that I'm going to put on the guy. So on the side of the face, and then you sort of have your rough sketch. Okay, key things to remember: this is that you're working with the corner of your wax block. Okay, remember you're removing the material from around it, so you want to figure out sort of what your image looks like on your block. So go through the process. Where are my eyebrows? Where are my eyes going to be? Where's my nose? What's going to be the thing that sticks out the most? Which is going to stick out the least? Make sure you're working with a corner and a side that's good. Okay, big, huge gap, bad thing. So I've just drawn in so you can sort of see this is what my block looks like in my head. This is what I'm actually looking at. Okay, and now all I got to do is I got to uncover it. Starting off with the blade, I'm going to make sure that I carve away the material that's hiding what I'm looking for. So I'm going to start off with the nose because that sticks, in my opinion, that's what sticks out the most. Working away from myself, making sure the blade's away from my fingers, just sort of scratching and shaving carefully, whittling away. Okay, now I'm going to work out the bottom of his nose. That's going to give me the final depth for where the mouth is going to be, or close to the final depth. I'll polish it off later once I have the whole face done. Finishing off the nose, just sort of making a few more passes, reducing the nose, rounding it out, smoothing it off. Now I'm going to work on his forehead. Okay, remember that then the top, the bridge of his nose, is at the same depth as the forehead. So you have and then it has to carve back from there. So you actually have a lot of material to carve off of that top, off the forehead. Okay, if you go too deep on the nose, if you cut your nose really, really deep, what you can do is you can leave your noses a little bit flatter. Don't have it quite so prominent, and that'll allow you to round out that forehead again. Okay, try really hard to get rid of that corner look, though. You don't want your face to look like it's on the corner. So you'll notice here I'm starting to round it out, but then I go in and I carve it a lot deeper because I want to round that forehead out a lot more, and it will allow me to also round out the nose a bit. Okay, so transitioning over to the eyes. The eyes are sometimes difficult for people, but it's rather simple. So you're going to start off by imagining a triangle and then just cutting the triangle out. Okay, so you can see me scratching the triangle there, and then I cut the bottom part out, and it's going to give me a piece that lifts out. And then I just cut in deeper, making sure that, because I want to get that eye nice and pronounced, and to make it pronounced, you want to make it deep. So I'm just going to draw it in here for you, and then you can sort of see what I mean by the triangle. So it's like a right angle triangle, or very close to a right angle triangle. There's what the other one was before I cut it out. I got to scrape away more here. Now I'm going to cut out this other eye in a moment. I'm going to start off with the nose. So I cut out, oh, I'm clever. I'm leveling the eyes. Try and keep those eyes sort of parallel, but here I go. I'm cutting out beside the nose, and now I'm lifting that piece out nice and slowly. Okay, don't rush your carving. Take your time. In the video, it looks like I'm going fast, but remember that this entire carving process, just to get to this point, is about 15, 16 minutes worth of carving. I'm just smoothing off the nose a little bit. It's a little bit off screen. Bad videography. Sorry. So I'm just shaving away. I'm getting those eyes nice and deep. Okay. As well as you do those eyes, you're also cutting down to sort of the depth that the cheeks are going to be at. Okay. So I say eyes, but it's really your cheeks and your eyes that are being worked at the same point. Okay. I'm going to even off the forehead, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to make those, where the eye sockets are, I'm going to make it deep. I'm actually going to use the lighting, the fact that if I make it deep, I'm going to use those shadows to actually make the eye look more realistic. So I'm scratching it away, I'm getting those cheeks, I'm going to round out those cheeks a bit, even out the forehead, get a bit of an eyebrow going on, all of those things. These are not your final cuts, but you're getting close to it. Okay, so at this point, you should have a face.